Connecting polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, conduit to liquid tight flexible metal conduit requires careful consideration to ensure code compliance and a secure, watertight seal. The described method of directly linking a liquid tight connector to a PVC female adapter is generally not code compliant and is not recommended due to the differing design of the threads. Liquid tight connectors are typically designed to seal against the inside of a fitting, while PVC connectors are designed to seal against the outside of a fitting. This difference in design means that a direct connection between the two will likely not create a proper seal, leading to potential water ingress and a violation of electrical codes. Instead, approved methods and fittings should be employed to ensure a safe and compliant installation. One suitable option is to use a liquid tight PVC adapter. These adapters are specifically designed to provide a secure and watertight connection between the two types of conduit. The adapter typically features a liquid tight connector on one end, which properly mates with the liquid tight conduit, and a PVC connector on the other end, which is designed to connect to the PVC conduit. When installing a liquid tight to PVC adapter, ensure that both connections are properly tightened and sealed according to the manufacturer's instructions. This will help to prevent water from entering the conduit system and causing damage to the wiring. Another option is to use a PVC to liquid tight bushing. These bushings are designed to fit inside the PVC conduit and provide a liquid tight connection on the other end. This method can be useful when transitioning from PVC conduit to liquid tight conduit in a confined space. When selecting a PVC to liquid tight bushing, ensure that it is compatible with the size and type of PVC conduit being used. The bushing should also be properly installed and sealed to prevent water from entering the conduit system. In addition to using approved fittings, it is also important to follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations when connecting PVC conduit to liquid tight conduit. These codes are designed to ensure the safety of electrical installations and to prevent fires and other hazards. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific guidelines for the installation of electrical conduit systems, including the types of fittings and connectors that are permitted for use. It is essential to consult the NEC and any local electrical codes to ensure that the installation is compliant. Some key considerations when connecting PVC conduit to liquid tight conduit include ensuring that the conduit is properly supported and secured, that all connections are watertight, and that the wiring is properly protected from damage. The conduit should be supported at appropriate intervals to prevent sagging or damage. All connections should be made using approved fittings and should be properly tightened and sealed to prevent water from entering the conduit system. The wiring should be properly insulated and protected from abrasion or other damage. Furthermore, it is important to select the appropriate type of liquid tight conduit for the application. There are several different types of liquid tight conduit available, each with its own specific properties and applications. For example, some liquid tight conduits are designed for use in wet locations, while others are designed for use in hazardous locations. It is essential to select the appropriate type of liquid tight conduit for the specific environment in which it will be used. When working with electrical conduit systems, it is always best to consult a qualified electrician if you are unsure about any aspect of the installation. A qualified electrician can ensure that the installation is safe, compliant, and performs as intended. They will be knowledgeable about the electrical codes and regulations and can provide guidance on the selection of appropriate fittings and connectors. They can also perform the installation work properly and ensure that all connections are secure and watertight. To summarize, when connecting PVC conduit to liquid tight conduit, avoid directly linking the two with mismatched connectors. Instead, use approved liquid tight to PVC adapters or PVC to liquid tight bushings. Ensure that all connections are properly tightened and sealed, and that the installation complies with all applicable electrical codes and regulations. If you are unsure about any aspect of the installation, consult a qualified electrician. This will help to ensure a safe and reliable electrical system. Additionally, consider the following points for clarity and further understanding. Firstly, the importance of using listed or labeled equipment cannot be overstated. Underwriters Laboratories, or UL, and other nationally recognized testing laboratories, or NRTLs, test and certify electrical equipment to ensure that it meets specific safety standards. Using listed or labeled equipment provides assurance that the product has been evaluated and found to be safe for its intended use. Secondly, when selecting fittings and connectors, pay close attention to the environmental conditions in which they will be used. For example, if the conduit system will be exposed to corrosive chemicals, it is important to select fittings and connectors that are made from corrosion-resistant materials. Similarly, if the conduit system will be installed in a cold environment, it is important to select fittings and connectors that are designed to withstand low temperatures. Thirdly, proper grounding and bonding are essential for electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to protect people and equipment from electrical shock. Bonding ensures that all metal parts of the electrical system are at the same potential, which also helps to prevent electrical shock. Ensure that the conduit system is properly grounded and bonded according to the NEC and any local electrical codes. Fourthly, consider the full capacity of the conduit. The NEC specifies the maximum number of conductors that can be installed in a conduit of a given size. Exceeding the full capacity of the conduit can lead to overheating and damage to the conductors. Ensure that the conduit is properly sized for the number of conductors that will be installed in it. Fifthly, when cutting PVC conduit, use a proper cutting tool to ensure a clean, square cut. A hacksaw or a PVC pipe cutter can be used for this purpose. Avoid using a dull blade or a tool that is not designed for cutting PVC, as this can result in a jagged or uneven cut. Sixthly, after cutting PVC conduit, deburr the cut end to remove any sharp edges or burrs. A deburring tool or a file can be used for this purpose. Removing the burrs will help to prevent damage to the conductors when they are pulled through the conduit. Seventhly, when connecting PVC conduit to fittings, use PVC cement to create a strong, watertight bond. Apply a thin, even coat of cement to both the inside of the fitting and the outside of the conduit. Push the conduit into the fitting and twist slightly to ensure that the cement is evenly distributed. Hold the connection in place for a few seconds until the cement sets. Eighthly, when tightening fittings, use a wrench or pliers to ensure that they are properly tightened. Avoid over-tightening the fittings, as this can damage them. Ninthly, when installing liquid tight conduit, be careful not to kink or bend the conduit too sharply. Kinking or bending the conduit can restrict the flow of current and damage the conductors. Tenthly, inspect the conduit system regularly for any signs of damage or deterioration. Look for cracks, leaks, or corrosion. If any damage is found, repair it promptly to prevent further damage or safety hazard. By following these guidelines and consulting with a qualified electrician, you can ensure that your PVC conduit to liquid tight conduit connections are safe, compliant, and reliable. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, so it is always best to take precautions and to consult with a professional if you are unsure about any aspect of the installation. Finally, always disconnect the power before working on any electrical equipment. This will help to prevent electrical shock. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before beginning work. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as safety glasses and gloves. Work in a well-lit area and avoid distractions. If you are not comfortable working on electrical equipment, hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you.